Today on Fresno State Focus, a retired professional soccer player visited the Central Valley.
Also, find out if something is being done to help with parking at Doghouse Grill.
Plus, how a group of children spend their spring break. Fresno State Focus starts now.
Hello and welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Alex Macias.
And I am Alejandra Leon. Those sci-fi looking skateboards known as hoverboards have been banned from parts of Fresno State's campus. University Communications sent out an announcement yesterday warning that effective immediately, hoverboards are not allowed inside any state buildings because they are a potential fire hazard. Fresno State says the new policy is coming from the Office of Risk Management.
They're supposedly a fire hazard, and I don't see why. I mean, I know they're saying it's because they could spontaneously explode, but I highly doubt that would happen with anybody actually using it responsibly.
2 weeks ago, the U.S. International Trade Commission banned all hoverboards imports into the U.S., not for safety reasons, but because there is an infringement ordered against all devices that violate Segway's intellectual property.
Cesar Chavez Day is tomorrow, but here on campus, the celebration is already underway. This year is the 20th anniversary of the unveiling of the Chavez Monument in Fresno State's Peace Garden. That's where the celebration was held this afternoon. University clubs set up booths in support of the event and handed out Mexican sweetbread and ice cream.
I think it's exciting that, we bring some remembrance to the legacy of Cesar Chavez, while also, informing some individuals that might not be, know too much about his legend and the rights that he fought for.
Cesar Chavez organized farm workers back in the 1970s and is known as a civil rights leader. Cesar Chavez Day is a time for people to get out and serve the community. The Fresno State campus will be closed tomorrow for the holiday.
Graduation is approaching, but with the celebration comes the payments of student loans. Joseph Castellan takes a closer look at the harsh reality of student loans.
With graduation only 51 days away, it is no surprise that some soon-to-be college graduates are excited to embark on their next chapter in life.
It's now or never. What do I want to do? Because this is it. So it's nerve-wracking to think I have to find the personality and I have to stick with it now. But at the same time, it's really exciting.
Life after graduation doesn't always go as planned. Sasha Young graduated from the University of New Mexico in 2013. But just 2 years after graduation, life threw her an unexpected curveball.
Young graduated here from Selma High School in 2008. She went on to college to study theater. She always planned on going to college. What she didn't plan on was putting her life on hold because of an unexpected illness that left her unable to move.
I wanted to be an on-screen actress. I wanted to study the art and to understand where each character could come from. And that's how I figured I would do it, through school first.
Young was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome. Guillain-Barré syndrome is an autoimmune disorder that attacks part of your nervous system. Some side effects of this disease is weakening of the arms and legs. A person is often left unable to walk or use their limbs. Because of this, Young is unable to act, and she finds comfort in watching films. Young's illness has left her unable to work, which also means she hasn't been able to pay back her loans. She gets reminded daily from debt collectors the cost of earning a higher education. According to the Federal Reserve and the Department of Education, student debt has nearly doubled in the last decade. We asked Fresno State's financial aid department for a few tips students could follow to cut down their student loans.
Honestly, anything helps. If you're able to pay back even just a little bit of it while you are in school, that's just a little bit that you won't have to pay back once you do graduate.
Loans might be the only way for some students to go to college. Young doesn't regret her decision in choosing to go to school. She wouldn't trade her education for anything. She knows she may never be able to pay back her student loans, but she remains optimistic about her future, while still cherishing her memories of what seems like a different life. For Fresno State Focus, I'm Joseph Castellan.
California farmers are preparing for their latest harvesting season with some help from the El Nino. Workers at Live Oak Farms in La Grande are in the process of planting peppers for this year's harvest. The most recent El Nino storm cell produced so much rain earlier this month that the farmland has been able to keep its sprinklers off for 3 weeks. In a state that is in the middle of its fifth year of severe drought, any rainfall is good rainfall. But Live Oak farm sale producer Scott Vaughn says California farmers still need to conserve as much water as possible.
I think everybody realized last year that the drought happened over 4 or 5 years, and even a wet El Nino year wasn't going to be enough to get everybody out of it.
80% of water usage in California is associated with agriculture, and farmers have been forced to reduce their water usage by as much as 25%. For tips on how you and others can help conserve water, search Save Our Water on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or visit saveourwater.com.
The Valley Animal Center hosted Critter Camp over spring break. Let's go to Nicole Orciari for that and more in entertainment news.
Thanks, Alejandra. Spring break was definitely a time to relax for many students, but for a group of children, it was a different experience. The Valley Animal Center in Fresno hosts its second spring break critter camp with great success. 7-year-old Talia Downen was one of the many children who attended the 3-day critter spring break camp at the Valley Animal Center in Fresno. She enjoyed spending her spring break learning about animals and how to take care of them.
I really did enjoy walking the dogs and seeing the kitties and playing with them, and it was very fun.
Besides the direct interaction with the dogs and cats from the shelter, the kids were also able to listen to guest speakers and get involved in hands-on activities such as how to clean an animal affected by an oil spill contamination. But one of the main key points of this camp was teaching the children about the importance of the conservation of the habitat.
If you destroy their habitat, it can change everything from the little bit of something, a little problem can cause a big difference.
The coordinator of the Valley Animal Center, Shannon Escobedo, has been working for the institution for 5 years and says the community's response to these camps has been very positive.
So far, we've had a wonderful response from the community. It's been growing steadily every camp that we've done. We've always had a lot of people coming back to our camps, which I think speaks volumes for our programs here.
Critter Camp volunteer and Fresno State student Yesenia Magana Rocha says the camp is a fun and educational opportunity for children to learn about animals and get takeaways for the future.
It's something they could take into their adult lives and they get really into. Now's the time to capture them, to get their attention and everything.
5 one-week-long critter summer camps have been scheduled for this upcoming summer. For more information about sign-up dates and prices, contact the Valley Animal Center. And Justin Bieber performed in front of thousands of people this past weekend at the Save-Mart Center. The Canadian singer performed to a sold-out crowd for over an hour and 15 minutes, some of his biggest hits from his new album, Purpose, but also included the classics like Baby, Boyfriend, and As Long As You Love Me. The audience enjoyed an amazing artistic pop show combined with different lightings on the dynamic stage. After the concert, Bieber was seen enjoying himself on a local Old Town Clovis bar before heading to his next concert in San Diego. The singer will be heading to Arizona, Utah, and Colorado in the next couple days. Former Paraguayan soccer player Salvador Cabañas visited the Central Valley this past weekend for a community event. Cabañas visited the city of Dinuba on Friday for a round of questions event with the community at the Dinuba High School auditorium. On Saturday, he had an interactive day signing autographs, taking pictures, and kicking the ball with the fans. The event gathered more than 100 people who all share the same passion for soccer. America Football Club fan Crystal Vasquez attended the event and was excited to meet one of the biggest Latin American legends of soccer.
I thought he was a nice, humble person. I liked how I got the chance to see him answer questions that we wanted to know about him.
Cabañas talked about his beginnings, his career playing for the Paraguay's national team, Mexican Team America, and the incident that put an end to his soccer career. Part of the funds collected during the event were donated to the Dinuba High School soccer program. And that's it for entertainment news. Now back to Alex and Alejandra.
Dancing, it's not only fun, but it's another way to exercise. Joining us today is Debra McCoy, and she's going to talk to us about her dance studio. Hi, thank you for joining us here.
Thank you.
Can you share with us a little bit about your dance studio and how it began?
My dance studio is McCoy Hip Hop, and it began by myself, being a performer. And I had so much fun as a young person performing. I thought I would spread it around the community and teach kids how to perform. And it was a blast, and it was very effective on building the confidence and self-esteem of the kids.
How long have you been dancing?
I've been dancing, I'm telling my age here, over 40 years.
Wow.
Yes.
And you started here in Fresno?
I started here in Fresno, actually in the country. I lived near Carruthers, Raisin City, and that's where I actually got started dancing.
Why do you think parents should enroll kids in a program like dancing?
Because my program is not only about dancing, but it's about confidence and self-esteem. Giving them the confidence to get on a stage or to perform in front of people is just, it's something that is, I think every kid should have that opportunity because they'll know that they're more confident than they ever thought. And if they don't have the confidence, that confidence can be built by having the opportunity to be on stage and performing.
How can kids enroll in this program? How can parents enroll their kids in the program?
They can enroll by calling me at 559-288-8947, or they can find me on Facebook under Debra McCoy, Instagram, Debra McCoy. I'm also YouTube under McCoy Talent.
Anything that you want to add to say to parents so they can enroll, they can just keep their kids exercising and just motivated?
Yes. When I was a young girl and I was with my father, he would always tell me and my brothers, my siblings, I don't want you to sit around the house. I want you to stay busy. I want you to do things. We had no money. We were very poor, but we would my dad would make us find things to do. We would dance on our front porch. So I think all kids should stay busy. They should stay active. This has kept me very healthy, a good heart rate, low blood pressure. So if it's good for me, it will be good for any child.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We've been talking to dance instructor Debra McCoy.
Coming up on Fresno State Focus, more than 700 cats under one roof. Also, Naomi Jimenez from Bulldogs in the Kitchen is back to cook us another delicious recipe. Plus, find out how making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches is teaching kids an important lesson. All that when we come back.
This is our Fresno State, forming relationships and learning experiences that last a lifetime, making friends who are like family, learning from professors who treat us like family, and earning a degree to make a better future for our family. Engaging our alumni generation by generation by generation. This is our Fresno State. Welcome to the family.
Success. At Fresno State, it's no secret. It's discovering new ways to change our world. It's creating opportunities as diverse as our community itself. It's in the distinction of our graduates as they lead us into the future. Success is no secret at Fresno State. It's our mission.
All right, time for our weather. Let's check out how the weather is going. I hope everyone is having a good Wednesday so far. So let's take a look at our satellite map. As we can see, our Oklahoma and Arkansas are having some heavy rain. So for you guys out there, please be careful if you're going outdoors. If you're gonna drive, please keep your eyes open. Also north in Wisconsin, there's also some heavy rain for them. So also please be careful when you go out, and especially if you're gonna drive. But now let's look at the west coast here in the valley. We're having some cumulus clouds over the mountain areas, especially and mainly over the Sierra Vista in Tulare and Kern counties. So we have that activity going on, and also we have a possibility of some light showers, and that's because we have this system coming from the northeast that it's making its way to southern California. So some showers, it's a possibility, light showers, but hey, if it comes, it comes. We need the water, so that will be fine for us. But now let's look at our temperatures here in the valley. As we can see, Stockton 70 here, in Fresno 68, Visalia 67. It's great weather, King City 63, nothing bad at all. We're having good weather so far. But now let's look at our air quality. In San Joaquin, we have good, look at that, a lot of green, good air quality so far. The only exceptions are Tulare and Kern counties. They're the only ones that have moderate. And Sequoia National Park, it's good. So great weather all the way around. And also here in Tulare, Fresno, we have 68 degrees, our highest. We have winds of 7 miles per hour coming from the southwest and humidity of 42%. So nothing bad at all. And that's it for weather. Oh, well, that's it for weather. Let's go back to the news.
Doghouse Grill has become one of the top restaurants in the city of Fresno, but the limited amount of parking is leaving some customers frustrated. Reporter Johnny Martin has the story.
134.
Doghouse Grill opened its doors in 2004 and has been a big hit ever since. Their top-of-the-line food choices and sports bar feel have brought in people from all up and down the valley. But with limited amounts of parking, where are the big crowds supposed to park? Doghouse attendee Trent Glover said that the parking is one of the biggest frustrations when he comes to eat, and he doesn't understand why they haven't done anything to help.
With friends, and they always struggle to find parking. And it's very it's very cramped up, it's a very small parking lot for them to be that much of a big of a popularity restaurant.
Doghouse's location is perfect for Bulldog game days and even more so for events at the Same Art Center. Not only does it attract people on event nights, it also has been a big hit with Fresno State students during the school day. Fresno State senior Gabe Sanchez says that Doghouse is a great place to grab some food before or after class, but says the parking struggles really complicate things when he is short on time.
I'd say trying to find time to find parking, get food, eat food, and then get back to class all in a small amount of time.
Just the other day, the line for the parking lot was backed up into this intersection, but General Manager Matt Billingsley says that comes with the restaurant's identity.
Limited parking, it kind of plays into the aspect of the restaurant, right? It's kind of a story of its own, to get parking, to get in here and to do that. But the parking only goes as far as the seating in the restaurant.
Billingsley says that right now there are no plans to expand the parking lot or to even build another one. But they will continue to work with everyone around to reach a solution that fits best. But for the time being, parking will continue down the street and also into the dirt lot across the intersection. Johnny Martin, Fresno State Focus.
Balancing school and good nutrition choices can be a little tricky, but that's why Naomi Jimenez, Bulldogs in the Kitchen, is back with us to teach us another delicious recipe. Thank you for being here once again, Naomi.
Thank you for having me.
Can you first off tell us a little bit about Bulldogs in the Kitchen?
Yes, Bulldogs in the Kitchen is a program that helps athletes learn about nutrition, but we also help them learn how to cook healthy meals.
Okay. Now, what are we making today?
We're making a fresh strawberry cucumber roll, and I'm gonna have you actually make this for us.
That's my first attempt, guys, literally. So we're gonna see this going. Okay, what do I need to do first?
Okay, so I've already pre-cut everything here,
Okay.
but first you would start by slicing the cucumber into thin slices.
Right.
Thereafter, you'll prepare your Greek yogurt sauce, and I've already prepared it here, but I've added a little bit of cinnamon on here.
Okay.
So now what you're gonna do, you're gonna take the Greek yogurt sauce and spread it onto your cucumber slices.
Okay. All of them?
We can do just one,
two.
yeah.
Yeah,
And it's to your own preference, so rub it on there. And then what I've done here is I just have strawberries and mandarin here.
Okay.
So you'll just lay the strawberries on top and then also followed by the mandarins.
I'm gonna use my hands here. I'm
Yes.
gonna get a little dirty with them, so we're gonna go with this. So I love me some strawberries. So.
Yeah, so we've already done eggplant pizzas and we've done gazpacho, so it's a good time to introduce some fresh fruits. Now that the weather is changing, we're going to be having great weather, so it's a great fresh snack for anyone to make. And as you can tell, it was, how long? How long was that?
Probably 30 seconds.
Yeah,
That's really,
very
that
simple.
Yeah,
so
very
it's
easy.
Very inexpensive recipe. You can buy these ingredients with under $10.
Oh, that's perfect for you guys out there.
Yeah.
Under $10.
So how about you give it a try?
All right. Do I have to roll it up?
So
or
yeah,
like
so
that?
you can roll it up, or what I've done here is I've rolled it up, and then you can put the toothpick on there, but since you're going to be eating it, just put it in your mouth and tell us.
I'm just gonna go like that. Like a sandwich, guys, like a sandwich.
What do you think?
I have some good stuff right there.
It's
delicious.
Different, yes.
Delicious. Thank you. That's fresh strawberry cucumber roll-ups. Thank you, Naomi, for joining us. And thanks to Fresh Quality Produce for providing us with fruits and vegetables that were used in today's recipe. Now back to Alejandra.
Tuesday nights are filled with peanut butter and jelly at the Parley Youth Centers of America. The Peanut Butter and Jelly Club provides those in need of food assistance with the hot meal and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. The club runs on what the coordinators provide and donations. Juan Chavez has been part of the club for the few months and enjoys making PB&J sandwiches for others.
Because the Peanut Butter Jelly Club is great.
The club serves an opportunity for children to learn the value of helping others. They meet Tuesdays at 7 p.m. at the Parley Youth Centers of America. For more information on the club or to donate food or clothing, visit youthcentersofamerica.org.
Coming up in sports, we look at how the Dogs did in their first trip to the NCAA tournament since 2001. Stay tuned for sports with Johnny Martin.
I got the Bulldog spirit up in my head.
Up in my head.
Up in my head.
I got that Bulldog spirit up in my head. Up in my head to say. I got that Bulldog spirit deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Got that Bulldog spirit deep in my heart. Deep in my heart to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit down in my toes. Down in my toes. Down in my toes, I got that Bulldog spirit. Down in my toes, hey! Down in my toes to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit. Up in my head, deep in my heart. Down in my toes, I got that Bulldog spirit. All over me to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit.
Deep in my heart.
Deep in my heart, deep in my heart.
After winning the Mountain West Tournament for the first time in school history, the Fresno State men's basketball team went dancing in the Big Dance for the first time since 2001. Going into the tournament as a number 14 seed, Fresno State quickly found themselves as the underdogs against Utah. The Dogs struggled out of the gate shooting, but were able to find their shot as they grabbed a quick lead with just over 10 minutes to go. But the Utes would prove too much for the Dogs as Fresno State would fall to Utah 80-69, ending their season earlier than they had hoped. Fresno State finishes the season 25-10, their best finish in Rodney Terry's tenure. Kicking it to a team who is in the heart of their season, the softball team hit the dirt Tuesday in Boise to open up their conference schedule. The Dogs took Game 1 17-8 behind Alyssa Villapondo's game-high 7 RBIs. In Game 2, it was all Dogs again as they closed out the day with a 14-4 win. Both teams squared off for the third and final game of the series today at the home of the Broncos. The Dogs return home this weekend for their conference home opener and a 3-game set with the Aztecs of San Diego State. Staying on the dirt but shifting over to Biden Field, the Diamond Dogs as they welcomed the 16th-ranked Dirtbags for one game Tuesday night. The Dogs jumped out early, scoring 4 runs in the first inning on their way to their first win over a ranked opponent in just over a year, as they would defeat Long Beach State 10-5. Senior outfielder Brody Russell led the way with a 3-hit performance and 2 RBIs. Dogs will welcome Air Force into Biden Field this weekend for a 3-game set starting Friday night. Military and veterans get in free for all games this weekend. Are you a hardcore baseball fan like me? Do you enjoy looking at baseball cards or have a card collection that you don't want to let drift into the land of insignificance? That's where the American Baseball Card Museum comes in handy. Joining us today is the founder of the American Baseball Card Museum, Jeff Jake. Jeff, thank you for joining us.
Glad to be here.
So can you just tell me a little bit about the museum and how it started and the idea behind it?
I started about 2 years ago, and my thought was that there are old guys like me who have collections from when they were kids, and their wives don't care about it, and their kids don't care about it. And what should they do with their collection when they get old? And since I'm a a trust and estate lawyer, I also thought about tax deductions. And by creating a nonprofit, a person can donate their cards and get a income tax deduction.
I understand there's going to be a little bit exhibition in the Fresno State Library. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, this is our first exhibition, and it involves about 395 cards, and it features 28 players that have Fresno connections, from Frank Chance, Tom Seaver, Bobby Cox, all the way to Dave Henderson, Rex Hudler, Tom Goodwin, from 1908 to 1999.
And what does the future hold for the museum?
Well, my hope is to do future exhibits. I don't know if I'll ever have a permanent location because that's pretty expensive to operate, but doing exhibits like this one in the library and other places is my objective.
Well, Jeff, thank you for taking the time and joining us today. I appreciate it. We've been talking with Jeff Jake, the founder of the American Baseball Card Museum. Now back to Alex and Alejandra.
How many cats have you seen at once? 1 or 2? How about 700 or more? Reporter Nacheli Antonio tells us about a woman in Parlier who has dedicated the past 24 years to saving cats.
Yeah, now they have the mansion, I live in a trailer.
In 1983, Linnea Latanzio purchased a 6-acre property with a 5-bedroom home near the Kings River. In the last 15 years, the property has doubled, and the Kings River has witnessed the Cat House on the Kings save over 24,000 cats. Latanzio's work has been highlighted by media outlets throughout the country and world, such as the New York Post, Animal Planet, The Guardian in the UK, and many more. But how well known is the Cat House on the Kings within surrounding areas?
You know, we're one of the largest facilities here in California, but some of the folks that do live here really don't even know we exist. There's people that live in the same town don't even know we're here.
Latanzio says that it's more unusual for a visitor to say that they are from Fresno than from another state or country. Oakhurst resident Sharon Warmerdam toured the facility and was impressed with its organization.
I mean, 700 cats is a huge responsibility, so I was kind of curious of how she did it. And I saw that she had a lot of different compartments for different cats.
The Cat House on the Kings is the largest no-kill, no-cage sanctuary and adoption center in the United States.
An estimate of 800 cats live at the Cat House on the Kings, along with some dogs and peacocks. They all receive proper care and treatment, but what's most important is that they all roam freely.
The animals are free to settle anywhere. Some take up the offer and claim Latanzio's 5-bedroom house as their home. Therefore, she has relocated to a mobile home.
In a past life, I had to have been incarcerated because I cannot stand to see an animal behind bars or in a cage. I can't stand it.
Latanzio has no plans to stop her work with the Cat House on the Kings.
As long as I'm, ambulatory, I'm going to keep doing it. Well, that's all I know. This is all I know.
Her goal is to make the animals feel as they would if they had a home of their own, and hopes others learn that having a pet is a life commitment. Nacheli Antonio, Fresno State Focus.
Next time on Fresno State Focus, learn about the WISES initiative and how it's helping unrepresented minorities graduate from college.
Plus, find out how a former Roosevelt High School student is giving back to the community.
Also, find out why Wimpy's restaurant in Tulare is timeless.
From the team of Fresno State Focus, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.